Okay, so first off, thank you so much. I have a few comments and a question. So to start with comments, I think it was both really emotionally moving and impactful. I did have some sort of feelings about the sort of the tropes of the people that were being used in terms of the questions of sort of like the sort of typical, this vision of this sort of abject, suffering citizen standing in for sort of Jamaica. And I know this is slightly harder for me to articulate, but one of the things that I liked most, but also struggled with in your film, was the ways in which people that were coming from moments of intense marginalization and were incredibly difficult to watch, the inability to sort of meet the people that are marginalizing them, the inability for these people to begin to understand that sort of difficulty in those situations. What I wanted to ask you most about your piece is what do you think was most, what do you, this is actually really difficult to articulate, I'm so sorry. But what I really wanted to ask was, what did you want the average viewer, both in North America, I'm assuming this is primarily for a North American and then also Jamaican audience, what did you want them to immediately come away with from this piece? I really wanted to hear more about what the ultimate goal for the sort of viewer to walk away from was, because I really was curious.
For me, the ultimate goal is human rights issue. This is a human rights issue. You know, your sexual orientation, Absolutely. Your color, your religion. We're dealing with sexual orientation here. So for me, it's about your human rights.
Absolutely.
You know, your sexual orientation shouldn't define who you are, and you shouldn't be judged based on that. So for me, I would like people to walk away from this knowing that this is their human rights issue, and they're fighting for that.
Absolutely. The only other side thing I was curious about, when you had the protesters in New York, the wanting to boycott, what really fascinated me was sort of, there were questions perhaps of sovereignty and sort of the ability for the Jamaican state to make its own claims to authority. And I really liked how at the end you had the woman from Human Rights saying, these are human rights. You want to abrogate, we're not trying to abrogate your sovereignty. We want you to respect human rights. But I was also kind of hoping to hear more about someone actually saying that truth to power. I was really hoping almost to hear someone tell the Prime Minister that sovereignty is negotiable and that human rights were very powerful things. But thank you so much.